the fact that she did all that, and now there apparently is no list and it's all Democrat hoax and stuff, you have to understand that that looks really shady. Let's see, there's a lot going on. There's more Epstein stuff. This this is the Trump administration is just they don't know when to stop taking their L's. They just don't know when to stop, and it's baffling to me. It really is. Again, I still support Trump and all, but this has definitely been an L situation. This is one of their at the end of his presidency, when we're looking back at the positives and negatives, when we're looking at the good and we're looking at the bad, this is going to definitely fall into the bad category. The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a total fake and made up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters, emphasis on past, not current, past, have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic let for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So, as I've been saying on these streams, listen, even if I were to like I said, I've already given up on any hopes of seeing any more information regarding the Epstein case show up. I've let it go. I have accepted we're never going to see it. I have accepted that there are just way too many powerful people at play. And if Trump can't do it, then yeah, I don't think anyone could. I'm not going to listen to the next presidential candidate that promises to release the Epstein list. I am not going to listen to promises anymore. If someone does it, then they do it. That's it. That's it. If someone comes and releases it, then great. That then I will be happy. But if someone promises it or anything, it's going to be one of those things that's just going to be like, well, I'm not going to believe it till I see it, brother. Don't just promise it. You better do it. Until then, I'm not going to pay attention to that. That's not even going to be in my list of things to vote for you on. Even with Trump, the Epstein list thing wasn't one of my. I know for other people, it was their top priority. Oh, Trump's going to release this. But like I said, judging by his attitude toward it from the Lex Friedman pod interview that he did, it seemed like it was something that was like, when he was asked about it, he was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Who cares? Why not? Sure. He was more interested in the JFK stuff, which he did release. And some people aren't happy with that either, It's almost as if there are some people out there you're just never going to please. Even if Trump were to come out with more Epstein stuff, yeah, people aren't going to be happy with it. But regardless, back to my original point, this was never Trump's major selling point in the campaign. He never made this a huge deal. His big things were fixing the economy, closing the borders, things of that nature. Epstein wasn't high in his priority. And so when he was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it, I was like, oh, cool. Well, if Trump does it if Trump releases this information, then that'll be great. It'll really help cement him as the greatest president of all time. But I didn't really have high hopes. And after this whole mess, I don't have any hopes. So my thing personally, as I've been saying, isn't so much that we're not going to get the information. That's not my thing. My thing is the handling of this whole debacle. The Trump administration has handled this poorly, and Trump's responses to this are poor. They're not good responses. Um, um, even if he personally doesn't care about this stuff, even if he's telling the truth that this is just all some kind of Democrat hoax or whatever he's trying to say this is. Personally, to me, that explanation doesn't make a lot of sense. But even if I were to just say, okay, whatever, dude, um, uh, he has to know that this does matter to his base. Most of his base are all the people that really care about the Epstein stuff. Democrats don't care about this shit. Democrats never cared about it. They only kind of care about it now because it makes Trump look bad. But if it didn't make the Trump administration look bad, if it didn't make Republicans look bad, then the left wouldn't talk about it at all. The left would have just the left already moved on, would have moved on already from it. But the right and most of MAGA, if not all, really care about this stuff. And so Trump should realize that and give a more I don't know the word for it, but a more just a better response, a more understanding response, I guess is the best way that I could put it. And then Bondi, my other thing is with Bondi is that the whole binder debacle, the whole PR stunt she tried to pull. She treated this like this was a whole PR stunt. And she said the files are on my desk. There's a truckload of files. But then nothing came of it. And then she's changed her story and she's changed her explanations. Like, what the hell was up with that? Why did she do that? That was horrible. And Trump needs to realize that does reflect on him. That does indeed reflect poorly on him. And if he's not going to fire her, if he's not going to fire her or anything, if she's really so valuable for some reason, I don't know how, but hey, I don't work with her and I didn't pick her. So I don't know why Trump picked her. And I don't know the kind of work she's doing where Trump sees it and he's like, yeah, she's really valuable. I can't let her go. She's the best. She's the best ever. Like I don't work with her. I didn't hire her. So listen, if Trump sees something valuable in her, then so be it. But at the very least, then I would have told her, listen, that was stupid, Pam. That was dumb. You shouldn't have done that PR stunt. Worst PR stunt ever. And had her put out a better statement or apologize or something. But the fact that she did all that, and now there apparently is no list and it's all Democrat hoax and stuff, you have to understand that looks really shady. That looks really iffy. And it's going to cause a lot of turmoil in your base. You have to realize that. It's just reality. And just kind of like talking down to your base and just say, oh, and calling people who don't just go along with it, like, oh, my past supporters. That's not the Trump that we voted for. You got to understand, the MAGA base is loyal to Donald Trump, and in that, not that, oh, we're just going to do whatever he says, but that we did believe in Trump, and so you can't talk to your base like that. You just can't. I could see Biden putting out this statement. Yeah, Biden, oh yeah, shut up about it. Who cares about the Epstein list? Who cares about, hey, look, a squirrel. I could see Biden putting out a statement, but not Trump. Not to his fan base. These are the people who voted for you, dude. The whole reason you're president again is because we voted for you. So I think we expect a little bit better, and we deserve better, is what I should say. We deserve better than just being talked to like this. And that's my whole thing with this. It's not that I'm like, no, we need to release these files. Because who knows what if he's like right? What if there is like really no actual documents with lists or names on it? That's a possibility. I don't freaking know. Um, yeah, I don't know. But again, even if we were to just accept all that, you gotta like handle it in a better way. And like I said, either fire Pam Bondi or have her apologize for that PR stunt that she did. That PR stunt was awful. It was a joke. That was one of the first L's in this second term so far. So that's personally what I'm asking for. Pam should have gotten more than a slap on the wrist. Yeah, exactly, Benjamin. She should have. She should have at least gotten like a talking to, a stern talking to. And like I said, Trump has to realize that that reflects on him because the buck stops with Donald Trump. If it were Biden and someone in his administration would have made that same blunder, we would have held Biden accountable. It makes sense that we hold Trump accountable. And so when someone in his administration makes a big goof like that, again, if it were me and it were reflected on me, I would have said, "Hey, listen, our base is really pissed off at us right now, and I get it. You shouldn't have done that." And yes, hail the victors, Benjamin. What's up, Gary? Hi, big fan. Listen to your channel every day. Thank you very much, Gary. Much appreciated. I'm glad that you're a fan. Thank you for stopping by, and dropping in. So yeah, I don't know. I just if they have no plans on correcting the course, I think the sooner they shut up about it, the better. Just shut up about it now. I guess if you got nothing, if you have no apologies to say, no clarifications, if you don't plan on actually addressing the concerns of your base, then I guess just shut up about it. And just move on. Because yeah, like there's a lot of good going on with the Trump administration. The border crossings are down, immigration is down. Um, the tariffs are not becoming this disaster that the Democrats predicted that they would be. They're actually working the way they're intended. Um, he's cracking down on Russia. Uh, he is right. Like, here's where Trump is right on with this post, where he says there are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good. He's talking about the Democrats. No good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. And he's right about that about the Democrats. We make fun of the Democrats, and rightfully so, by the way, for always having each other's backs, no matter how stupid and how dumb they make each other look. Um, Seriously, one Democrat could come out and say the sky is actually purple, and they will all the rest of them fall in line and go along with him, be like, "Yeah, the sky is purple." And yeah, that's we make fun of them for it. And again, rightfully so. They should be made fun of for that. That's ridiculous. But on the plus side, they always seem to have each other's backs, no matter what. And I think that's an issue on our side. Again, I'm not saying that, oh, we need to just trust and just push whatever Trump says. I'm not saying that. But some of the way that people that are mega come down on Trump for every little thing that goes wrong or something, it's like, dude, like, okay, I get it. Like, you're not happy. I'm not happy either. But you don't see me spurging about it on here and being like, ugh, like, I give Trump the benefit of a doubt. And yes, I fully admit this whole Epstein thing has been a major L, and I have no problem saying that. Um, but overall, I still support him. And man, where was I going with this? It's just that he is right about that, is that the Republicans don't do a good job of supporting each other, I guess, or the right wing, whatever you call it, you know? We get easily splintered, and the problem with that is that that does lead to issues with, like, voting or, um, like, the midterms or something like that. It's just, we need to remember, listen, I don't wanna be like the Democrats, how it's like, "Oh, we need to beat Republicans no matter what," but the Democrats, like, I'm not even just saying this because, oh, out of bias or anything, but the Democrats are not good. Like, they're not a good party. And so, we need to remember that. And we do need to remember too that there is a lot of winning going on despite this whole debacle. And that's something that we need to, like, kind of, that's one part where I kind of agree with Trump on here. You know, he is right about that stuff, but it's just, I just wish that he would understand that the Epstein stuff is important to his base.